will... If Elazer wins this 2-0, he will finish first place in the group. If he wins 2-1, Reynor will finish first in the group. And Drogo is guaranteed out of this group as well, no matter what, by the way, as well. So, because these three players are guaranteed, Drogo, Elazer, and Reynor, Fly does not have a good enough map score to move through. To the top left-hand side, we're going to kick it off with the blue Protoss player from My Insanity. Give it up, guys, if you're cheering on PtitDrogo. His opponent down to the bottom right-hand side is the red Zerg player from Team Clash. Give it up if you're going to be cheering on Elazer. So again, a bit of an interesting end here, but we are guaranteed to have Reynor, Elazer, and Drogo advancing through this group in some order of placement. We don't know exactly what that order is just yet, but the way it currently stands, it's something along these lines where... So I think this is what happens, because we only have one matchup left. Reynor is guaranteed first or second place in the group. If Elazer wins 2-0, he will advance in first place, Reynor will be in second place, and PtitDrogo will be in third place. If Elazer wins 2-1, Reynor will be in first place, Elazer will be in second place, PtitDrogo will once again be in third place. If PtitDrogo wins 2-0, he will be in first place, Reynor will be in second place, and Elazer will be in third place. And actually, if PtitDrogo wins 2-1, he will also be in first place, Reynor second place, and Elazer third place. So if Drogo wins this game, he is guaranteed round of 4. If he wins this series, he's guaranteed round of 4, first place in the group. If Elazer wins 2-0, Reynor goes first, he goes first place. If Elazer goes 2-1, Reynor gets first place. So there's a lot of different results that can happen here based on the score of this final matchup today. As we do have the Stargate on the way down from Drogo to kickstart things here in game number 1 of this best of 3. How's everyone doing? How are we all feeling? Thank you so much for joining us again. Jimmy Jamjars, thank you for the 13-month resub as well. Let's get some Wardy hearts up in the chat here for those for the resub. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. We do see a couple of links from Elazer down the south side. Moving around, looking to see what's up, what's going on in these early stages. An Oracle on the way up. Obviously a fairly standard setup from the Stargate here initially. This is Adept just threatening to shade on by in the early stages. And again, that Wargate is coming up to being about halfway done right now on the Cyber Core. What's up, you won't be laughing? Coming in with the Twitch Prime sub, brand new, fresh, right there. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Let's see some Wardy hearts in the chat. Appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. If you guys throw some Wardy hearts in there. Of course, guys, subscribers do get replay packs. All of these games today will go out in a replay pack in a few days' time. We already have a 400 plus replay pack available. To get access to that, once you're a subscriber, you can just join our Discord. Then once you've synced up your Twitch and Discord accounts, you'll get a subscriber chat access, and that's where you'll find the Discord replay, the subscriber replay pack that we already sent out for December. Or the most recent one, which has again about 400 replays in it. Replays worth the subs. But I do say so myself. Phoenix out here, so just an Oracle Phoenix and into the Twilight Robo, and so looking as though Drogo is probably setting up in towards that aggressive Charge Lot Archon push that we've seen before. We've seen that a couple of times from him today, so I'm sure we'll see it again here, perhaps, because that's definitely the setup he's going for initially as this Oracle gets the first drone kill of the game. Meanwhile, well, not much happening over here as Elazer going to be able to deal with these deal with that Oracle nice and easily. What's up, Krugerson, coming in with the 2-year resub. Years and years of lurking, woohoo! Thank you so much for the 2 years. Thank you, so I really do appreciate it. 2 years is a long, long time to stay subscribed. Thank you very much. Let's get some Wardy hearts in the chat, please, for Krugerson and a 2-year resub. Hydrogen drops nice and quickly from Elazer off the back of this lair. 53 drones right now, not making any more drones. There's actually this time Drogo does go past 45 workers though. So looking as though he does have intention to utilize this third base rather than the kind of previous game against Reno we saw, where he was just playing super aggressively in 45 workers, do or die. Moving across here, some Ling's looking to run on by and to get some damage done as well. Going to run right in towards this mineral line where a couple of adepts are found. Just a couple of adepts getting found over here, and well, he's actually going to be able to pick off one of those right away. And you're going to see that Nexus continue to get picked away at right now. Can he actually pick up the kill? One adept, and now the prison coming over. The Archon's in. Well, the Archon should defend, especially with the Oracle. And so Elazer is going to end up backing away from this now, as we are going to be seeing this War Prism moving away and pulling towards the south side, looking to get some harassment done with these Archons. Obviously, with a lot more gates and charge coming through, you can still warp in Zealots to be aggressive. So we'll see if that's going to be his goal. As Drogo right now, though, going to have to try and defend against his run-by once again, which he is seemingly able to do right now. And we're about to see, well, this War Prism moving into play in the next couple of moments. But a few Hydras coming in, drops those Archons off and lets them start doing a little bit of damage here. Obviously just picking the way through a few of them, and you know, a couple of Hydras, if he actually gets the kills, which he does start to do now, it's going to work out quite nice for him, and he does continue to micro these here, moving those around, and now the War Prism seemingly backing away. As you can see on his point of view cam, he's starting to deal with this little bit of a Ling run by as well, running by in towards the natural mineral line, trying to just do a little bit more at the moment. Plus one starting up here, still just Ling Hydra. We mentioned the 53 drone camp before. It hasn't changed. 53 drones is kind of half saturation of the third and then full saturation of 2 bases with double gas. And so 53 workers as this Ling Hydra push. Going to get ready to attack on in towards this third Nexus perhaps. Elazer obviously wanting to do something because he has no upgrades along with this or something along those lines. He's just purely on units right now. So he's looking to bust, he's looking to break through. He's looking to do it soon. He actually gains straight away access in towards this position. So this little bit of a run by starting up. Meanwhile, an army over here is looking to do some damage as well. And obviously that's going to hurt. They're fighting 2 different places right now. Run by into the natural continuing. And Drogo's taking a lot of damage over there, but he's also losing out on a heck of a lot over here. Shield Battery's going to try and shield up some of these Archons, but it's not going to be enough. Those Hydras in deadly numbers. And they are picking off just unit after unit after unit. And as those Immortals go down, that's just going to be GG. And Elazer picks up game number 1 of this best of 3 of this ESG APAC Regional Finals alongside OSC Championship through the day. So we're going to have, like, the first 2 weeks of January is going to be like monster moding for us. We're going to have so many double events. And not just double events, but like long events at that. So it's going to be super, super hectic. So much StarCraft 2 coming your way in the early stages of January, guys. We kick off in game 2. Elazer, remember, he has to win this 2-0 if he wants to advance in first place of the group. He's our blue Zerg, bottom right from Team Clash, and he opens with the 12 pool for this all or nothing game number 2. As to the top left-hand side, our red Protoss player from My Insanity, it is PtitDrogo. Doesn't matter which scoreline he wins this series with. If he wins, he will advance in first place over Raynor. Again, Raynor is guaranteed first or second. It just depends on the result. The only result that doesn't get him first is an Elazer 2-0. So we'll see how this plays out. Might as well move to Poland at this point. Yeah, it's insane. Like, this is my 3rd time flying there within, like, a month. But should be my last time for a little while after these IEM qualifiers. I don't think they need me for a bit, but pretty hectic, pretty crazy. As you do see the scout early on from Drogo, he is going to identify that there is indeed a set of early Zerglings moving across the map and looking to get aggressive in the very early stages. So 6 Lings moving in towards the upper left-hand side, and there's a couple more behind it, so 8 in total here. Drogo already went in towards the kind of the gate Nexus core. He's just going to look to wall this off with a probe, and now a Zealot. Obviously, Elazer needs to look to find some damage to make up for the commitment to the 12 pool in these early stages. As well, Lings are beginning to arrive as Zealot and probes. Kind of part of this wall off already. Coming forwards again. They're going to start nibbling the way through that Cybernetics core. But then again, pulling back, pushing forwards. So let's see what they might be able to try and do in the next few moments. If the Zealot pops out, that's 2 Zealots total right here, and again, it's those Zealots swiping away now and again. Just to do a little bit more. Adept on the way out, going to be popping in a moment, and again, just going to be seeing a good defense, and honestly, Elazer not really doing enough of this 12 cool early stages. It's a very solid hold from Drogo, and remember that from here he can counter-attack across the map as well. You might think, well, why would he want to do that? But it's actually really good, because you can apply so much pressure with that counter across the map. You can force even more Zerglings, which will deny the drones from coming up. You'll stop your opponent from basically getting set up into a decent work account, and, well, honestly, from there, your life is just kind of miserable. Lings coming on over in towards the natural in the next few moments. Ling speed's coming through, a couple more Lings as well. Queen will throw down and inject on this hatchery, and those two Adepts are going to be arriving in a moment as you see the Queen continuing to trade and fight against those Adepts. Two more Adepts shading forwards, a sentry on the way back at home now, and two more gates actually. Drogo really could get aggressive with this in terms of continuing to kind of push forwards. But look at this, Elazer, Ling speed, Nubitized Carapace, an Evo Chamber, and more Zerglings while only on 24 drones. I mean, you know, a few extra Lings to maybe help deal with these Adepts would be understandable, but he already had 8 alive, remember, because he didn't lose any of those Lings he attacked with initially. 14 more is indication that this is going to be Dropper Lords, it's going to be an all-in, he's going to try and end this very soon, and so honestly, the extra 2 gateways of PtitDrogo really are a very solid way for him to be able to kind of just confirm, like, okay, I'm gonna have the unit count I need to defend anything aggressive from you, honestly. Gets 2 drones with those Adepts, and he also sees just a lack of drones on this mineral line, which I think is a very good indicator, or should be a very good indicator, of what this is. A couple of sentries in the Zell just sat on the ramp here. Wolfgate is finished, as those Lings are going to start dropping, and they're going to start moving towards the main mineral line, where the shield battery is not ready just yet. But a couple of sentries in a Zealot alone will be able to push it back. When with a shield battery, he can actually just look to pull probes into fight, and, you know, force away. If it's only 8 Lings, you can fight that with probes nowadays if a shield battery backs them up. The Queen's coming across, going to be a big part of this, but there's another shield battery on the natural as well. And again, from Drogo, this was a very safe follow-up for him. As right now, it doesn't really feel as though Elazer is doing enough to make this work out. Where's the Queen drop even? There it is, finally coming across. Another drop in towards the main with more Zerglings here. I mean, being able to drop 2 Lings at a time is nice, but there's so many units that are gathering and going to be focusing towards the main. And all these Lings are going to just be in trouble. There's no way you can really truly fight this. Kiting away from the Queens is smart, of course. You can very easily do a lot there in terms of pulling away. You know, if the Queens are pulled away from, they can't keep up because of the lack of creep. They're very slow. A couple of force fields will actually help him to grab one of these Queens. He's going to just drop more Zerglings up on the high ground. Elazer knows he's fully committed into this now, but I think you can just sort of tell that these Lings are not doing enough, although he does break through from the natural, and he will get full surround here, but again, just not really enough. Probes will pull in to help out, but the reality is, there's just not going to be enough of the Zerg to actually fight this. GG, well played, says Elazer. He can no longer advance out of this group in first place, and now it comes down to as we kick off into game number 3 of this series. The bottom left-hand side, our Blue Protoss player from Mind Sanity is PtitDrogo. Time to make that sweet switch to capture card and proper camera. Dude, no, I can't afford that shit. For what I do, there is absolutely no need for me to capture card like a proper camera. Like, a webcam completely does the job for me, you know? I really don't need anything else. By the way, Moku coming in with the 25-month free subs in a generation of sub. What's up, man? Thank you so much for the 25 months. You get some Wardy hearts in the chat for that one. It's a long-ass time to be subscribed for. We had a lot of... We had, what, like a 23-month for 24 and a 25-month free sub today? We're going for the full collection. Thank you so much for the resub, dude. Appreciate it. As we kick off to the upper right-hand side of Blackpink with our red Zerg player from Team Clash. Give it up if you're cheering on Elazer. What's up, Icon2706 coming in with the brand new fresh Twitch Prime sub as well. He went through the trouble of clicking that sub button and clicking subscribe for free with that Twitch Prime, which you should try out as well if you're a Twitch Prime user. Thank you so much for subscribing, and welcome to the Wardy family. Glad to have you with us, and do not forget that if you sync your Twitch with the Discord, you get access to the subscriber chat on there, and you will get access to our 400 plus replay pack from December, featuring replayers from Innovation, Zest, Showtime, Neve, Solar, Rogue, Stats. A whole bunch of great players have been joining us in the tournaments this month. Also, if you subscribe today, you'll also see these replays from today being a part of the replay pack as well in the near future. You also gain about 2 additional inches of dick, says Loco. Yeah, that's also true. I don't advertise that one too much because, you know, I feel it's just, you know, it's just an obvious one, right? But also a benefit. Help you guys out. Green throwing down Injects, third hatch cropping down. Stargate on the way up here from Drogo to kick things off once again. Seeing a lot of Stargate play right now in PvZ. Definitely the way that some players like to play this out early. We're just going to be seeing this depth coming up and having a little bit of a look-see as to what is going on in these early stages. Just making sure there is a third hatchery, making sure there is a drone count here rather than a link flood that we saw in the last game as a follow-up to that 12 pool. Obviously a much more macro-focused opening this time from Elazer. No 12 pool. He's in a much better setup to just go from here. Drone's just coming through as, well, Drogo not going to waste much time in throwing down an additional gateway. Finishes up this wall off. And we'll see how many oracles he makes again, because he has been changing it up quite a lot. He's been going for like double oracle into a bit more of a macro focus play. There's been a time or two where he's gone kind of single oracle into the faster kind of Archon aggression with a lot of zealots. And he even turned that into some very aggressive attacks here. I think on this map in particular, he used it against Reno. He also used it against True in his series, which we'll be seeing a bit later on when we cast it for replays. And again, just to confirm with you guys in the chat, this is a live game. It's just because we've had 2 matches going on at a time today. Obviously, we haven't been able to cast all the games live. We've been giving you guys updates as we go. But we will cast the kind of the final series that we didn't cast already from replays, because why not? We want to give you guys some extra games, and that's what we're going to do. Only 2 inches. You got 3 inches from summon to base trade, and you also grew taller. Well, you see what, Helen, this is the thing, because actually if you sub to me and base trade, what happens is you don't just get the addition effect, you actually get like a multiplication effect. But it isn't, you know, it's kind of crazy, because like it's not even just normal multiplication, it's like to the power. So like you get 3 from summon to base trade, but you also take the 2 from me and you put that to the power of 3, or you put 3 to the power of 2. It's like, you know, it turns out to be like 8 or 9 rather than just the 5 you'd get from both. So it's actually a really good deal, just saying. Just going to be seeing the blings coming into the center, and we do see 5 extra gates thrown down from Drogo. I mean, it's actually a Glaives follow-up, which is not something we've really seen from Drogo so far today, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really seen any Glaives at all. As we see the couple of Adepts just sat between the pile and the Nexus there, of course. This Oracle coming on in right now as Elazer just trying to poke out the front to try and find a little bit of damage, perhaps. You can see that these lings are actually going to be able to break through, which is going to be huge, because you will see all of these gateways, and you'll see these Adepts as well. So no matter how much this is trying to be hidden, Drogo will be figured out. And now Elazer has a real good idea of what's going on, and also being able to kill off a little bit more throughout this as well. Again, a couple of workers here making up for that Oracle damage. Some lost mining time too as well. Now Drogo, he's going to get ready to go across the map and look to see what he can do. As that's a lot of Adepts that are going to start moving across together. Well, let's see if Elazer can get up enough to defend this here. Drogo off and away. Doesn't have a Warp Prism with this, so it's just this initial set of Adepts, really. You can see that Oracle is setting up as well. Maybe a Stasis Ward or so could come in to help this out. Let's see how this is going to go. You see those Adepts do Shade. There's a few more of them coming forwards here. There is a few more as well. The Shade cooldowns are a little bit out of sync right now. As we see a Revelation from the Oracle. Not going to need the Stasis Ward just yet. More Adepts over to this side. As you see Lings counter-attacking as well. The Adepts going to start shading by. They're going to be going in towards the natural in the next couple of moments. But is there going to be enough of them left? Well, they do jump in towards the natural expansion over here. So they will continue to do some damage. Meanwhile, though, there is other Adepts which are heading in towards the third base. So action all over the place as drones are really dropping in very high numbers. 17 workers killed, and these Adepts in the main still dealing some damage too. Drogo actually recalls out of the third and gets back home to his own third base with those Adepts. 48 probes to 30 drones so far. Drogo is looking very good. Elazer is going to come across with some more Zerglings over towards the left side here. And Overseer going to start morphing in from this Overlord as, well, Elazer's just going to say, okay, you killed a lot of my economy. My eco is definitely not great right now. But I have a lot of units. You threw away a lot of units that killed so much of my eco. So I'm going to try and pressure you. I'm going to try and take advantage. But look at the initial force. Very well done to grab a few Hydras. The issue is These Hydras here are picking off these shield batteries. There's nothing to really fight the Hydras, push it up into the natural. Now some Adepts warping in, but they took a little while. There's a few more force fields available up here as Drogo will try and fight. This is a difficult fight, though, having to fight in 2 locations at once like this. And he's doing a good job of it. I think patience really is going to be key in this sort of scenarios. Obviously, pulling back in the right positions. Force fields now to fight these Zerglings without the Hydra support. Goes a long way as well. He comes back forwards. These Hydras on the natural still just dealing so much damage, though. Killing the Cybercore would be huge, but it's not going to be the target just yet. Now Drogo maybe realizing he has to come down and fight with the rest of the army as well. Again, it's a bit of back and forth that's really required to keep on trading effectively enough. Still a little bit of just units everywhere. I think Drogo is... I want to say Drogo's kind of starting to do this here, but in the same time, I mean, really is having a bit of difficulty to clean up the Hydras. He's going to fight some Hydras now. This is huge. Being able to get rid of some of the actual Hydra count rather than just Zerglings will get rid of a lot of the DPS, but I think the Elazer just has too many units. It does indeed. Wow, I really thought Drogo was kind of starting to really push through this here. I really thought he was getting enough units to break on through.